we are confronted with deep-seated challenges of insecurity, poverty, ethnic and religious tensions, political fragmentation, social and economic stagnation. These challenges did not develop overnight, nor will they disappear until we resolve to take deliberate, collective, decisive action. Before we go further, we must admit that we are the architects of our own problems. We must stop the blame game if we truly and genuinely want to find a lasting solution to our problems in the North. Division.
Hello and what's up, guys? In this video, Northern leaders have just made a shocking confession, and trust me, this one will shake the North to its core. At a powerful meeting in Abuja, the former Senate President and now ADC interim chairman David Mark dropped a bombshell. He said the truth, no one wanted to admit it loud. The problems of Northern Nigeria are self-inflicted. Yes, you heard that right. For years, the North has battled insecurity, poverty and ethnic tension. But now, top Northern leaders are saying enough of blaming others. It is time to look inward. David Mark didn't hold back. He said if they not truly want peace and progress, they must stop playing the blame game and start fixing what's broken from within. He painted a picture of a once great North where people saw themselves as one, not divided by tribe or religion. But today, that unity has been replaced by fear, suspicion and hate. And what about politics? He exposed how some politicians keep using religion and ethnicity just to win elections, only to leave the people more divided and broken afterwards. He said it clearly, too much blood has been shed and we are the only ones who can save it. He called on the region to unite under the ADC, abandon hate speech and bring back old values like strong education, fairness in appointment, job creation and community policing. All the things that once made Northern Nigeria a model for the rest of the country. Guys, this is not your usual political talk. This is a wake-up call from one of the most respected voices in the region. And the big question now is, will they not finally listen? Or will this message be ignored like so many before it? Guys, I will let you watch this video for yourself so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Also, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already done so. Take a look, guys, and remember to share your thoughts after watching.
Let me tell you a story that you are all very familiar with. The professor asked them put off the light, so they put off the light. And after about 3 hours, he said, this concludes my paper. Put on the light. And they did. There was only one lone figure sitting in the hall, far end of the hall. And he said to the guy, you must be the only one who understood the points I was making. And the man said, no, sorry sir, I'm not one of them. I'm your driver waiting to take you home. So apparently the professor wasn't communicating. But because he said put off light, he didn't know people were going out one by one. So don't put off the light. Begin to go out. In this my short address, I will then stop and make sure that we all listen to the address. To me, it is both an honor and a privilege to stand before you today to speak on a matter that defines our present and may shape our future. The urgency and the efficacy of unity and social cohesion are the solution. In spite of these blessings, we are confronted with deep-seated challenges of insecurity, poverty, ethnic and religious tensions, political fragmentation, social and economic stagnation. These challenges did not develop overnight, nor will they disappear until we resolve to take deliberate, collective, decisive action. Before we go further, we must admit that we are the architects of our own problems. We must stop the blame game if we truly and genuinely want to find a lasting solution to our problems in the North. Division has caused us progress, while indifference and inaction have continued to deepen our division. If we are to overcome our present travails, we must return to the principles of justice, equity, mutual respect, shared purpose that once made Northern Nigeria a beacon of hope, peace, unity, and development. Over the last decade, banditry, terrorism, insurgency, and communal clashes have turned our villages into battlegrounds. displacing millions and crippling our economy. Despite its vast resources, the North remains the poorest region in the country, with alarming rates of illiteracy, unemployment, and poor infrastructure. Mistrust between and among ethnic groups and religious communities has been exploited by selfish and desperate interests, leading to violent conflict. Instead of uniting for common goals, our elites often prioritize personal and sectional interests over collective progress. The challenges facing northern Nigeria are intricately interconnected. Insecurity scares away investors, which in turn deepens poverty. Poverty fuels desperation and crime. Ethnic divisions weaken our collective resolve to demand good governance. Political fragmentation ensures that no meaningful development takes root in our region. This is not the North that all of us here inherited. But there is a path that could lead to a better future for northern Nigeria. And this path begins with our collective decision to abandon division and embrace unity. We must tone down our inflammable statements and return to that golden era when we used to have genuine and deep respect for each other. After all, not long ago, we treated each other first and foremost as brothers and sisters, when the appellation Northerners captured our collective essence before our ethnic, sectional, and religious affiliations. Some of you in the audience here may still remember with nostalgia the old northern region under the leadership of Sir Ahmadu Bello, Sardauna of Sokoto, when the North actually thrived because it was built on equity and justice. The Sardauna did not see Hausa, he did not see Fulani, he did not see Kanuri, he did not see Idoma, he did not see Gala, he did not see Nupe, he did not see Okum, he did not see so many other tribes. The only citizens he saw were Northerners. He invested heavily in education, in agriculture, in infrastructure, not for one group, but for the collective. Today we must ask ourselves, where did we go wrong? When did we abandon the philosophy of one North, one people? When did tribalism and religious bigotry begin to define our essence and our identity? To reclaim our greatness, we must rethink and reconsider our individual utterances and actions. After this meeting, we should undertake my suggested following. As leaders and politicians, or just as ordinary citizens, all of us must consider it our sacred duty to be bridge builders, not dividers, in our rural communities. Too often, as politicians, we exploit ethnic and religious differences in order to win elections, and thereafter, we leave our people hopelessly divided. The destructive weaponization of ethnicity and religion we saw in the last election is totally unacceptable. This is where the ADC will make the difference. For us, in Africa Democratic Congress, politics is about service and not about manipulation. The major cause of division in northern Nigeria is the perception of marginalization. We must ensure fairness in appointments, resource allocation, and opportunities. Resentment grows when any group feels excluded, but when all see themselves as equal stakeholders, peace flourishes. Ignorance is the biggest enemy of unity, social cohesion, and development. We must invest in education that teaches our children the value of diversity. Let our schools, churches, and mosques preach tolerance. Let our media promote stories of cooperation. For As long as we continue to treat investment in education with levity, for that long shall we continue to reap poverty and insecurity. As I said earlier, poverty fuels desperation and violence. By creating jobs, supporting agriculture and empowering youth, we remove the incentives for crime and rebellion. A thriving economy is the best weapon against instability. Our security challenges are self-inflicted. We cannot continue to expect solutions from elsewhere. Northern Nigeria used to be the safest part of this country. There were no armed robbery, kidnapping, cultism or fraudsters, or what we call 419 today. But today the story is different in the north. The native authority, the precursor of today's local government area, used to have an effective community policing infrastructure where villagers protect each other. We have to find a way to reorganize our people in their villages to return to these age-old, untested practices. Wherever conflicts arise, we must choose dialogue over inflammable rhetoric, peace mediation over mutual annihilation, repentance and forgiveness over vengeance. Too much blood has been shed in our land. It is time to make peace. A call to action. Distinguished ladies, gentlemen, the time for lamentation is over. The North is bleeding profusely, and we are the only ones who can heal it. Let us commit today to reject hate speech and divisive politics. Let us invest in unifying projects like education, health, and infrastructure. Let us hold each other accountable for our actions and inactions. Let us shake hands across the divide and restore our bonds of brotherhood. The last time you met here, the popular demand was, what is the vehicle to achieve northern unity? I tell you today that the vehicle to achieve northern unity, progress and development is ADC. If we do this, I have no doubt we will rebuild this region into a powerhouse of not just peace and social cohesion, but also of economic progress, human ingenuity, and compassion. Thank you, and God bless you.
Remember when we fought for the internal democracy in Nigeria, then let me tell you why you asked me a question, but I have to explain to you. Just be patient. When we did that fight under our leader, Chief Gani Pami of blessed memory, you know what happened? We are not fighting because we want power. We are fighting because we want democracy and good governance in Nigeria. That was the reason why when Adeslam Abubakar started his transition, remember, and he insisted that he would register only 3 political parties, the Alliance for Democracy, the APP, and the PDP. We went with our team, and our leader then, Chief Gani Pami, told us, we are not going to participate in that election. And we look at him and we said, why? He said, because the battle is not over. We have to fight for the expansion of political space in Nigeria. And that was the reason why some of us, including my humble self, took INEC to court. So when people are talking about denial of registration or whatever, I was surprised. Where were they? In 1999, we took INEC to court. My humble self, Gani Pami, and NCP led it with Balari Musa of PRP, as well as MDJ under the former IGO police, MD Yusuf. We won the case at the level of Supreme Court for the expansion of political space. That is the reason why some people that have no knowledge of what happened. That's the reason why today you can have Labour Party, all those parties. Some people fought for that battle. We fought for the battle. Why did we win the battle? Because it's not about grabbing power. It's about entrenching democracy in Nigeria and good governance. So Nigerians are very clever. They're very smart. They have been following the trajectory of political events in Nigeria. When you tell them, I can change things, they will look at you and say, what did you do 5 years ago? What did you do 6 years ago? Why are you not in power? Why are we still in this problem? Poverty did not start in Nigeria in 2023. I'm speaking here now. as a northerner, not even as a governor. So let me give you the example of the north. As of 2014, there was nothing called insurgency or banditry in Binongwari, Giwa, and many other parts of Zamfara. It started mostly around 2015-16. All we had was Boko Haram before 2014 in the Northeast. But we sat down, we did not look at the developmental indices, we didn't look at the level of poverty increasing in the North, we did not look at the number of out-of-school children growing. These are the issues. We do not look at the problem we have in healthcare, accessibility, and that was the reason why things became so bad by 2017, 18, 19. When I was in the Senate, every day when we approach the Senate, the first thing we will be skeptical about, there might be 1 minute silent. Something happened, people died. That was the story. So, and all the people talking today, they were at the helm of affairs. And things were growing. The poverty level in northern Nigeria grew from almost 50% 15 years ago to 70% on average as of 2023. And someone can look at me and tell me the problem was caused by Bola Ahmed Tinubu? Come on.